Trustees to order, and we'll begin with the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And please call the roll.
Trustee Mathis.
Here.
Trustee Gifford.
Here.
Trustee Zeman.
Here.
Trustee Rizzo.
Here.
Mayor Casper.
Here. Item number 3 on the agenda is privilege of the floor. Is there anyone here who wishes to be heard at privilege of the floor? Seeing none, I'll close that. And I'm going to do an adjustment to our agenda. We met our new firefighter, Bill Perry, tonight, and his parents and girlfriend are here to just appoint him. So I explained the process that we use and that we have this swearing in a couple of weeks when he gets out of academy. But I promised them I would move his appointment up in the agenda so that they didn't have to sit through the rest of our meetings. So
I would like to move we appoint Bill Perry to the position of firefighter.
I'll second
March
that.
27th.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Trustee Mathis.
Yes.
Trustee Gifford.
Yes.
Trustee Zeman.
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo.
Yes.
Mayor Casper.
Yes. Welcome to the village, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, we'll move on to item number 4, which is local law 2016A to amend the code relating to stop intersections. And that whole list of intersections that were unregulated that we now will have stop signs in it. And I talked to both Ken and Andrew about it, just so I had to clear my mind, and I think it was a good idea. I also ran into who's our traffic safety engineer? Tom Lander. I talked to him about it, so I saw that big long list, and I did have questions about whether it was all necessary, but now I'm convinced it is, so.
So how many are we talking about?
15. I think it was close to 30. 25.
28.
28. Thank you.
I know I almost got killed in one of them. So at this point,
I've been in favor of that for a long time.
yeah, well, I figured public safety would be, so at this point, I'm going to open a public hearing. Is there anyone who cares to be heard on local law 2016A? Seeing now, I'll close the public hearing and entertain motion.
I like a motion.
I'll second the motion. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Trustee Mathis.
Yes.
Trustee Gifford.
Yes.
Trustee Zeman.
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo.
Yes.
Mayor Casper.
Yes. Item number 5 is local law 2016B, which is the authorization to establish property tax levy in excess of the established, what we'll call the 2%. Greg, I don't know if you got the explanation on that, but you got, okay, so I'm not going to re-explain it. At this point, I will open the public hearing. Is there anyone who cares to be heard on local law 2016B? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion on this one? Please call the roll.
Trustee Mathis.
No.
Trustee Gifford.
Yes.
Trustee Zeman.
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo.
Yes.
Mayor Casper.
Yes. Item number 6 is local law 2016C to amend the code relating to appearance tickets. I'm going to explain it in simple terms, and then if you want more clarification, Lydia can, I'm sure, do a better job than me. Right now, if we have people who are in violation of our code and we have to take them to court, our code calls for them to be served. They got to be served by either a police officer or it doesn't matter, an agency. But it has to be, the summons has to be served face to face. So that's become problematic, especially with people that don't want us to serve them. And basically they just won't answer the door or won't come out from their office at work or whatever. So it's put us behind as far as trying to get some of these people in and dealt with. This will allow us to issue an appearance ticket, which can be served by, what's the term?
Substituted service.
Substituted service, which means anybody can do it, and you can give it to the person's representative. So if we go to their business and they won't come out, and but their wife is there when you're
It doesn't quite mean anybody can do it, but it allows for service at their place of business to somebody else who works there, or if everything else fails, you can do it as mail and mail it to them and post it on the property.
So we're hoping that'll give us better success in getting some of these violators taken care of. So would anybody care to introduce local law 2016C?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Trustee Mathis?
Yes.
Trustee Gifford?
Yes.
Trustee Zeman?
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo?
Yes.
Mayor Katsberg?
Yes. Item number 7 is a resolution to approve the Scotia District Management Association budget for fiscal year 16-17. They did a presentation for us last year, so.
The work session.
Yes, I'm sorry, last week at the work session. Anybody care to move to approve their budget?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion on that one? Please call the roll.
Trustee Mathis?
Yes.
Trustee Gifford?
Yes.
Trustee Zeman?
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo?
Yes.
Mayor Katsberg?
Yes, and then with that, then, I need a motion to allow for the collection of that levy from the bid.
Second.
Any discussion on that? And once again, we'll call the roll.
Trustee Mathis?
Yes.
Trustee Gifford?
Yes.
Trustee Zeman?
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. Item number 9, we got an easy one here, the approval of volunteer fighter John Slattery.
I'll move to make the motion.
I'll second that motion.
Any discussion on that? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item number 10 is the mayor's comments to the board. I've got a couple of things for you. I hope that most of you realize that in our audit claims tonight, we'll be approving the purchase of the new fire truck, which means that we'll take delivery tomorrow, correct? Everyone's invited to that delivery if you would like to come. And I'm going to give you guys just a letter of thanks from the chief for our efforts as a board in securing that piece of apparatus for the fire department. So appreciate that, Ken. If you watch the news, you know that there's been some problems with local municipalities drinking water. So that spurred a series of phone calls to us to ask what kind of testing we do. And we do a thorough testing, but not for the specific chemicals that are being dealt with in some communities now. So Andrew came to me, and for a nominal amount, we can have ours tested for the same thing. So I said, let's do it. And we'll do a public outreach with a mass email and just say, look, we've done the testing. Here's our water quality report. Scotia's water is fine for everybody. So. Just want to give you a heads up. I think I talked to you guys at the work session about this initiative that I'm looking at as far as getting our parks more used by Scotia taxpayers. And one of the things that I wanted to do was last year DEC came and did a fishing day with kids. And I didn't know it at the time, but Nancy Gifford from the library has been doing that for like 5 years now. So luckily, DEC came and at the same time that the library was doing theirs, and we actually ran 2 sessions, morning and afternoon, and we had about 40 kids come and use the equipment and everything else. So in trying to plan for this coming year, I called DEC and set the date up. Nancy got a hold of them as well, and we have settled on a date that works for both of us. So July 22nd will be DEC coming into the village, and in conjunction with the library, running a fishing day with the kids. And just so you guys know, at the library, you can rent fishing poles, fishing equipment. So it kind of works out.
Not rent, borrow.
Well, yeah.
With your library.
As long as you have a card. So kind of working in the conjunction with the library with that, and then in talking with Nancy about that, we talked about some other things too that we could do together. So when we talk about the fee schedule for this boat rental program, Nancy was wondering if part of that program could be that somebody with a library card could take one of the boats out on their library card, which I'm not really opposed to. So I think it'd be nice to get the library more out there as well as the parks. So we'll have that discussion at the work session. I met with Ray Gillen. There was, I think I told the board that there was a person interested in the property across from Gabriel's. I'm not gonna call it the Adams property, but typically you might think of it as the rental, the truck rental place. He wanted to put a school in for people that needed their certifications from car dealerships for new techniques in body work. I got an email from Ray today that that person has decided to go to Colony. He couldn't work things out with the owner of the property. But I also said, hey Ray, we have some other things that could use some attention around here. The bowling alley now is not operating. We've got Northsider Tavern that's been empty for a while, and I gave him one other property that the Kohler property. I was hoping that he could do something with that whole corner of businesses. The one that he's taking action on right now, because it's listed with a realtor, is the bowling alley. So he's got something out there as well, looking for somebody that would be interested in the building or the building and the business. So he's hoping us out with that. Just want to give you a heads up, put it in your calendar, the Memorial Day Parade is May 25th this year. Also, as long as you've got your calendar open, the fire department's open house will be Saturday, April 23rd this year from 12 to 4. Are you doing it in conjunction with the police department again?
Yes, I sent a letter off to the chief, and we'll have both departments there.
Okay.
Chris, was that the 23rd or 24th?
23rd from 12 to 4. And then I can't really tell you a lot about this. I got an email from the supervisor. There's a program out where if a municipality works with, it could be a number of different groups, any taxing authorities, any special assessment districts, school districts, other municipalities, and come up with a program that will permanently reduce taxes. There's money out there to implement that program. So that's about all I know at this point. So Kevin and I were invited to the meeting. Kevin's unable to go. I'm bringing Andrew because the supervisor's suggestion had to do with transportation. So Friday at 9:30, I'll actually get some details. I'll be able to report that back to you guys. And those are my comments. Number 11, correspondence liaison special committee reports. Trustee Mathis.
Nothing to report.
Trustee Gifford.
At a fire department meeting, there was no planning board this month.
Trustee Zeman.
Came up to speed, met with the chief, and he sounds like he's got a couple plans for streamlining training with the police department, which sounds interesting.
Trustee Rizzo.
No report, just one.
Thank you. Item number 12, departmental reports. Any questions or comments on departmental reports? I will tell you that you may have noticed I made fun of Pete last month, that he's been absent for a lot of our monthly meetings. His daughter's, I think it was hockey, was on this night. This was the final night of it, so I told him he can take that one off and he'll be joining us on a regular basis from now on. Anybody care to accept the departmental reports with thanks?
I'll move we accept the department reports.
I'll second.
Any discussion? And all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 13, the audit of claims.
I make a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second that motion.
Any discussion? And please call the roll.
Trustee Mathis?
Yes.
Trustee Gifford?
Yes.
Trustee Zeman?
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo?
Yes.
Mayor Casper?
Yes. Item 14 is the approval of the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees on February 10th.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And item 15 is the approval of the special meeting of the trustees on March 1st.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Any abstentions?
Abstain.
Item 16, new business. Any new business from any trustee?
I've got a couple items. Had a couple complaints on parking situation at Kathleen Street. There's a handicapped child on that street, and the ARC bus could not make it to get to pick the trail up
Whereabouts, Joe?
because of the, at 106
What's street?
Catherine. They finally got somebody to move the car. There's cars parked on both sides of the road. The bus couldn't make it in there. They had to wait to get the situation cleared up. We gotta do something over there to take care of that.
I've been dealing with those people just so you know.
Okay, because I talked to the ARC about it, and they called me up and asked if I would say
ARC
something.
called you or residents called you?
ARC, Ridge Transportation, the bus company that does that. I just wanted to ask the mayor, Ridge Service.
First block there where they people park all day.
Right, they parked on both sides of the road, they couldn't get in there to get the bus in there, so they had to back up and go around the other way.
There's a little neighborhood feud going on.
Yeah. There's only one other thing, I got a couple other items, is how are we doing with our revolving loan fund? Is everybody paid up to date on that? Is that going
I
smooth?
will talk about that in an executive session, I don't want to talk about individual
Okay.
accounts.
And Rosenberg's place on Fly Road, is there any action on that either? I see
Someone was there today.
I see there was a couple buckets out there, but
Wow.
but it's still all over
You
the
know what, I'm
place.
going to give a shout out to some of his tenants, because I got an email from someone who lived on Fly Road asking what could be done. I explained the situation, that he was refusing to comply. We had cited him, given him compliance time, he refused to comply, and we were having trouble serving him, which is one of the reasons that for this law that we just introduced tonight. But we needed to get him to court, and additionally, as much as we'd like to, it's not legal for us to send our employees to clean up that mess on private property. So then I'm driving by maybe, half a week later, and I see some people out there filling buckets with mortar and bricks. So I turn around and I say, "Are you working for Ed?" And they said, "No, we're tenants here, but we're on assistance, and they did an inspection and they won't subsidize our rent unless this hazard is cleaned up." So Ed's tenants ended up going out and cleaning up that
I
mess.
noticed this today, he had 4 buckets full of busted brick over there.
Yep.
Cleaned that area up a little bit so they can, there's no hazard.
So we do have a court date, I think, do we, for that situation?
Perhaps not that I'm aware of.
Okay. If not, then the law that we're introducing will make sure that we can actually serve the landlord in that case, get it in court.
Okay.
So it's,
That's all I have, so if you can look into that traffic thing, I appreciate it, have to get back to that.
okay, yeah, and I have, the last thing I tried to do, the ARC thing, I haven't had any dealings with. I've had dealings with the neighbors, and they're so frustrated. The last time I tried to contact with them, my contact was, "Hey, is it any better on your block?" And they never replied. So I didn't know if that meant it was fixed, or if they were so frustrated they were,
Alright.
so.
Because I just talked to somebody this week about it.
All right, well, I'll talk with Pete. I've been working with Pete on it, so.
Okay, I appreciate it, thank you very much. That's all I have for new business.
Anybody else? Just want to give you a heads up and give you one more question and maybe ask for an opinion. So I've got 2 people I'm going to appoint to the Zoning Board of Appeals. I've already told them they're on there because they're filling a vacated term, so it's my authority to appoint them to a. So I've got Denmeyer Silva, who was recommended by Tom, and he will be replacing filling the term of Harold Bryan, which expires in 12/2020. And then I've got Heather Gray, who's my next door neighbor, and she ran for town council, but she's been dying to do something in the village here. So I am appointing her to fill the slot that is vacated by Brad Coyer, whose term ends in 2018. So I still have at least one that I need to fill on the zoning board, and I likely will have a planning board position that I need to fill. I've asked you guys a couple of times, and I've only got the one name from Tom. As much as I don't, I've got to fill your position, that's a planning board one. So much as I don't like to, and I want your opinion on this, I'm thinking about sending a mass email out asking for volunteers. I tend to like to get a reference from somebody that I know that knows the person and can vouch for them being appropriate for one of these boards. But I also have to think there's a lot of people out there that don't know any of us, or don't know the people that I know that would be interested in volunteering for the village. So I'm at the point now where I think we send a shout out for volunteers.
I think it's a good idea.
So, okay. And the last thing, I hope you don't put your calendars away, is we're a little bit behind in our budgeting, our budget process for this year. I hope to do departmental presentations this week. I'd like to see if we can schedule them for next week. I don't know what your guys' calendar, it takes 2 nights to do it. We generally start at 6, and we'll do 3 departments, and then usually do the 2 larger departments, and then 3 after that.
Okay, throw some dates out.
I wouldn't mind doing it the 15th and 16th,
What time?
6 o'clock. These guys don't know it yet, so I'll get with them and schedule which day is better for each of them. And you've been through one cycle.
Yep.
Greg, have you been through a budget cycle?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna give you guys reminders that, that you'll hear the departmental budgets in fall. Those budgets come to me, Maria does the revenue projections, and then we look at and see where we're at. And then if we have to pare the budgets down to come to the 2% or close, that's when I start working on it. I'll put together what my proposed budget is for the trustees, and that'll be distributed. We'll have it for about a week, and then we'll convene, and I'll actually present my proposed budget to you guys, and any changes or whatever can be made then.
So how long is that, Chris?
How long is
Or
what?
how long we expect to take? You
For
said 6
these-
o'clock, right?
Yeah.
So
So I usually give each department half an hour.
3 half hours?
Hour, an hour and a half each night. I think if we spend more than an hour to an hour and a half listening to budgets, we're not going to hear what anybody's saying after that period of time. So at least I'm not. ADD. I drive Andrew crazy because when he talks to me, I'm constantly writing things down or something, but I can't.
I just have to wait for you to write.
Well, now, yeah. Any other new business? Okay, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you.